Okay, today we're going to be writing equations. They're going to be giving you a point and a slope. All of these problems have a point and a slope. There's two ways. There's a few ways that you can do these problems using two different equations. So I'm going to write both equations down, and then I'm going to choose the equation that I think would work best with you guys. Point slope formula you can use when you have a point and a slope, and that's y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. You guys saw this equation yesterday, but we didn't use it. You just saw it. Okay? When you use this equation, you have to make sure that you distribute and solve for y. So once you have all the numbers in there, you need to distribute and then move this over here to the other side. So that's why I don't like that one particularly, but we can use it if we need to. We're going to use the formula, write it down right here, y equals mx plus b. That's called slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. And I want to use that formula because I'm going to have a slope, which is your m, and I'm going to have an x and a y, right? So they give you an x, a y, and an m, so the only thing that you're missing is the b, so we're going to have to solve for b. So we're going to plug these things in. I'm going to use this formula right here, so y equals mx plus b. What is my y? 1. They told me that y is 1, so I'm going to plug 1 right here. Equals. What is m? 2. So you're going to put 2 right here. And these two go together, you multiply them, so there has to be parentheses here. What's my x? 4. So the 4 goes right here. What's my b? I don't know. Plus b. Okay? So what's the first thing that you do? Lo primero que haces, what is it? Multiply, right? You have to get rid of the parentheses. So what's 2 times 4? 8. So 2 times 4 gives you 8 equals 1 plus b. I brought everything down. How do I solve for b? I have to move the 8 over here. So we're going to move the 8. Right here, I'm going to subtract 8, minus 8. Okay, change the sign. So what's 1? Use the calculator. 1 minus 8. Negative 7. So my b is negative 7. Okay, my b is negative 7. So my equation, let me erase a little bit of this right here. My final equation is going to be, I have the 2 and I have the negative 7. I have to put it right here. So I have y equals 2x, because my slope is 2, and then my b is minus 7. Right? I got minus 7, so this is minus 7. Done. Okay? So I used the x and the y to find my b, and once I had the b, you just put it in the equation. I have the 2, that's my slope, and I have the b, which is my negative 7. So we need to plug in, the steps are to plug in the m, the x, and the y. Solve for b. And then plug in m and b to the equation y equals mx plus b. Okay, esos son los pasos. 1, plug in mx and y to this equation, solve for b, and then plug in your m and your b to the equation at the very end. So let's do another one. This is my x, This is my y. This is my m. Okay, so my equation is y equals, so it's going to be 4. Look right here, y equals, so it's going to be 4 equals my m and my x. So m is 1/2 times, what's my x? 2. And then plus b, because I got to find b. Okay, so what's the first step? What do we do? Multiply, right? So use the calculator. Use decimals. 1/2 times 2. It's like saying half of 2. What's half of 2? 1. La mitad de 2 es 1. So 1, bring everything else down, plus b equals, bring this down, 4. Then how do I solve for b? I have to move this over, minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is how much? 3. My b is 3. My m is 1/2. Right? M is 1/2, b is 3. So let's plug it into my equation. My equation's y equals m, which is 1/2, x plus b, which is 3. Okay? I want you to practice number 3. Pause the video. Practice number 3. Okay, so you guys should have paused the video. You should have had some time to practice before you watch me do it, just to see if you got it right or wrong or very wrong. So y equals mx plus b. You should have plugged in the y, which is 0, equals the m, which is 2/3, the x in parentheses because you have to multiply it, so that's -6, and then plus b because that's what we're looking for. When you multiply 2/3 times -6, what did you get? -4. Bring down plus b equals 0. And then to solve for b, you just move this over, change the sign, so you're adding 4 to the other side. So 0 plus 4 is 4. So my b equals 4. Right? So my m is 2/3, my b is 4. So my equation, I'm going to put it in black, is y equals 2/3 x plus, I'm messing up, hold on, plus 4. Now, you can check it in decimals. Let's say we had answer choices, right? Like quizzes or something. You can check this in decimals. You type it. First of all, does it have the same slope? 2/3? Yes, has the same slope. Does it pass through this point? I don't know. So we have to go check. So I'm going to type this in decimals. Y equals 2/3 x plus 4. And I need to see if it goes through the point -6, 0. Okay? -6. -6, 0. Right? This is the point. This is my equation. This is my slope. Does it go through that point? Look at my point. La línea pasa por el punto. Does the line cross through that point? Yes. So that means I did it right. Okay? If this was one of the answer choices, you would click that one because the line goes through that point and it has that slope. Okay? I want you to try the next 3 by yourself. Do the next 3. So problem 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to check them. When you're done, I need you to show it to me, and I'm going to put some checks if they're right and X's if they're wrong.